I'm Dr. Brady Barr. I'm headed to a remote bat cave in Indonesia, known as the Snake Palace. I'm on the hunt for a giant snake. I've been there before. It's one of the most revolting places I've ever worked. Last time, I was injured before I could even find a huge snake.
Yeah, it's bad. Right? It's not good.
Yeah, this is it. Now I'm headed back, and this time, I'm determined to track down one of the biggest snakes on the planet.
The one's exiting the cave.
A giant python over 6 meters long.
This is one of the largest snakes I've ever seen in the wild.
There's something fascinating about the biggest snakes. Silent, limbless, deadly. But finding such a snake is next to impossible. They're super rare, and they live in wild, inaccessible places. Yet I know of a secret location, a bat cave in Indonesia that's home to an astonishing concentration of big reticulated pythons.
Oh, snake, snake, snake!
Arguably the longest snakes in the world.
That's a big snake.
It's one of the few places on Earth where you stand a good chance of finding a giant snake. By that, I mean a specimen over 6 meters long.
This truly is the Snake Palace. He's got a good grip. I know, okay, I'm going in.
But last time I explored the cave, I received a gruesome bite.
He's on me! God! He's gone!
Oh no. It's bad.
I have unfinished business in this bat cave. I also want to confirm whether giant snakes live in the cave, or do they just shelter there during the day, exiting at night. So I'm going back to complete my mission. This time, I aim to penetrate the depths of the cave on the hunt for a truly giant snake. But on this trip, I want to be better prepared. Bat caves can be deadly. This time, I want to know exactly what dangers I face and what I can do to protect myself.
The first time I went to the Snake Palace, I thought the only thing I had to worry about was the giant snakes, but that was not the case. To better prepare myself for my return visit, I've come to Texas, to Bracken Cave, one of the most spectacular bat caves on the planet, to learn about the many dangers of entering these mysterious places.
I'm here with Merlin Toe, an expert on bat biology and conservation. He spent years studying the bats here at Bracken Cave in Texas. It's a hole in the ground that's home to 20 million Mexican free-tailed bats. That's the highest concentration of mammals anywhere on Earth.
I can already smell it. That's the ammonia that I'm smelling.
Yep, and you're going to smell a whole lot more very shortly if you don't put on that mask. There are two problems in here. One's ammonia and one's CO2 gas. The CO2 gas comes from the bat's breath. Here in the cave, we have 270 tons of bats breathing, and all that CO2 is going down near the floor where we're going to be walking.
So if there's too much CO2, what will happen to us is we just pass out.
About a minute and a half after you start breathing too heavily, if you haven't done anything about it, you'll pass out.
So if I see you go down, I need to get out, is what you're saying.
As the carbon dioxide concentration rises, you start to pant as your body craves more oxygen. Then come headaches and confusion. Your brain is literally starved of oxygen. Then loss of consciousness, and eventually death. The only antidote is to get out of the cave.